Hey, Zach. Is this working? Good. Let's talk about designing a personalized desktop environment. I think we all want different things when we're interacting with a computer, whether it's work or entertainment. Some of us are looking for a really intuitive experience that just gets out of your way. You don't have to think about anything. You just get to focus on what you're doing. Some of us want to be overwhelmed. Let me rephrase. Some of us want to see everything in front of us. Everything's available at the click of a button. Maybe that works for you. And I think there's another party that wants kind of the opposite of that. That's looking for no information other than what you're looking for or that you need to be able to do things or just cool animations that you want to see. Instead of being at the click of a button and up in your face, everything might be a key press or a combination of keys away. There are definitely arguments that this allows you to be faster, more efficient. I probably tend to agree with those arguments, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I want to talk about is removing black boxes. This is a black box. If you're not familiar, don't ask me why it is orange. But in technology, we use black box to refer to abstractions. Things that seem almost magical. Either you don't have to or maybe even can't understand what's going on behind the scenes. And with desktop environments, especially proprietary ones like Mac or Windows, there are a lot of black boxes. There are things like the information that you have in your status bar and how it gets there. Window classes, how your windows report to your desktop environment, and then how it uses that for things like sizing, whether it should be full screen because your calculator probably doesn't need to be 1080p. Even notification channels, how you get those annoying pop-ups for updates, that goes through a notification channel. And those are all things that you probably don't have to understand most of the time. But my argument here is that you should understand how they work. And there are benefits to understanding how these things work. Maybe it helps you be more efficient with your work, or maybe you just get to be excited about knowing cool stuff and nerd out to your friends and then watch their eyes glaze over when you talk about how window classes work. Or you can talk about tiling in Hyperland for 6 hours and let people be annoyed by that. And so just to show a couple examples, this is what my personalized environment looks like. This is what I've used for the past few months. I don't remember. And you'll notice that this is very boring and basic. There are two reasons for that. One is that I'm lazy and I don't want to spend more time putting more information here. And the other is that I don't want to be overwhelmed or have to think about other things that are showing up. This allows me to just focus on the work or whatever I'm trying to do and not what's on my screen. It's also allowed me to do things like write a custom power menu. That's again pretty basic and just I'm replicating what Windows gives you by default. But it works exactly how I want it to. It does what I need, and arguably most importantly, I get the satisfaction of knowing that I made this and it's mine. Just another thing here, and I recognize this is very small. You can pull up the slides later if you care, but this is the keybinds that I use in Hyperland. Trying not to deep dive into Hyperland too much, but there's a few keybinds here, and it's things like launching a program that I use all the time, and it's just one key that I have to push to do that. So you can really get to optimize for the things that you do commonly instead of it being optimized for everyone in the entire world. Just one more example. This automatically chooses wallpapers for me, and that's kind of fun. So just one last thing here. I do not accept any responsibility for any amount of time that you waste looking into workflow optimization. I strongly encourage you to spend that time. If nothing else, I think you'll learn a lot removing some of these black boxes from your interactions with the computer. But definitely get sucked in at your own risk, and don't blame me when in 2 months you spend 300 hours researching desktop environments. If you're interested, I have some resources on the slides and some contact information. Feel free to reach out and nerd out about this with me if you're interested. Thank you.